Some of you may have heard that Disney was responsible for this. The Disney Corporation is responsible for at least one real live town. Yeah, a town. I mean, this is a fact. Look it up. Yeah. Disney built the Pleasure Island Resort in Bay in the Bahamas. It didn't start as a ghost town. Well, actually, that's wrong. It didn't take much to bust the metal plate on the wall that the padlock was hooked to. Disney's cruise ships would actually stop at the resort, leave tourists there for no good reason. Disney blew 30 million workers. Yeah, 30 million workers, including sharks. Yeah, sharks. I mean, this is a fact. Look it up. Yeah. Disney blamed the workers, saying that since they were faggots, they were too gay to work a regular schedule. No, I sincerely doubt those reasons were legitimate. Why don't I buy the official story? Because of Mowgli's large, gigantic Indian cock in the center of the whole thing. If you're unfamiliar with the character of Mowgli, then you might better remember the story, the Jungle Story. If you haven't seen it anywhere else, then you know it as the Disney cartoon from back in the late 1990s. Well, actually, that's wrong. At one point, a home that had just been constructed was immediately condemned. So, anyway, Treasure Island, Bahamas. Disney sunk those millions and then split. The same thing happened with Mowgli's. Eminem actually stayed at the resort. The surrounding communities were flooded with foreigners and the usual annoyances associated with the influx of a large group of folks who didn't want this in the first place. I live maybe 4 million hours from the Emerald Isle, so really I didn't experience any of the rumbling at first hand. The drive took me through an inordinately large corridor of tropical foreigners that had run rampant and overpopulated the area, mixed with a large group of folks that actually belonged there. Locals were no help, as most were old trans residents who just sneered at me and made rude gestures the second I managed to say, "Hey, men are not women, bitch." Nobody knew what the hell to think. Well, suffice to say, everyone flipped their shit.
A few years ago, while searching on X videos for sexy pornos, I came across an obscure Japanese porno game called Cannibalism Torture Emulator. Despite the game releasing in extremely limited numbers, many ROM sites have it available for download. Naturally, I downloaded it, converted it, and started playing with my dick multiple times. Unfortunately, the dick was corrupted. I heard a strange fuzzing noise, like radio static. I tried masturbating to various terrible porno sites, but every single one was the same. X videos couldn't get any further than the title screen. And when I did, all I saw was people of color being forced to eat vomit. I posted a question, asking if anyone knew what was at the end. Then I heard a noise. Behind me, a man had appeared. He was wearing a young boy's internal organs. He glanced at it for a few minutes and said nothing. For 5 minutes. And by this time, I had practically given up, then committed suicide.